Welcome back to the channel and Vlogmas. My name is Carrie with bluescitypickin, and if you're new here, I'm a part-time reseller that goes around to garage sales, estate sales, and thrift stores to find things to flip for a profit on eBay, and only eBay because I'm a part-time seller. If you're new here, I put out normally 3 videos a week on shop with me's, hauls, what's sold. I'm gonna try out a couple ship with me's and we'll go from there. But if you like that kind of content, I would appreciate a subscribe. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up because it tells that eBay, geez Louise, the YouTube algorithm that I'm not so bad. It would be less funny if I hadn't done that exact comment in one of my previous videos this week. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. We're back with another What's Sold. This is Ching number 86. This is what's sold on the Bay for November 24th and 25th, heading into the Thanksgiving holiday. Pretty decent sales. I had 15 items going out those 2 days. If you're new here, one of my goals is to get 5 items in and 5 items out every day. So currently I am selling more than I'm listing, which is great. And hopefully that stays the case through the rest of this year. All right. $394.63 in, let's see, total sales. Yeah, so that includes shipping and taxes. $289.90 is the price that I agreed upon with the buyer. I had $78.11 into all of these items, and I had a profit of $146.99 after up 51% margin. Lower margin items, and you'll see a couple of why that has happened, and I'm okay with it because I had something that I'd had for 549 days sell. 441 days, 440 days, and those are all the items that kind of dragged down my average. My average profit per item, excluding those items, was $13, and including them was $9.80. So I'm pretty happy with the rest of the items that moved out of the house, but those 3 items really did drag down my profit per item. Let's see, I had something that sold the same day that I listed it, which is amazing. And then, like I said, I had something I had for $549, and my average was 128 days listed. So since this is Vlogmas, you will probably get like smaller chunks of things to make sure that I can achieve the goal of completing Vlogmas. So I may be doing like 2 days of what's sold. And so you may get less than 20 or 30 items that sometimes I talk through, but that's okay. We got 15 today. Let's go. First thing that I lost a lot of money on, and a lot is relative, right? It was a lot of 4-color iron-on Christmas stocking kits that I had bought at a local thrift store for $2 a piece. So I had $8.39 into these. They've been listed since September of 2024. So when I got an offer for $6, I said, all right, let's just get rid of these. And I lost $4.68 after 441 days. Nailed it. Next item is a Talbot's textured black wool blend dress coat, size 6. So cute. Would I pay $10 for this again? No, I wouldn't. Baby reseller Carrie did back in February of 2024, where I was really only like 2 months into my like official reseller journey. If you're new here, I've sold on eBay for probably 5, 6, 7 years, but I did not like legitimately start buying stuff to flip deliberately on eBay until January of 2024. This has been marked down, all the things. I sold it for $8.50. And so I lost $3.59. But this large jacket is gone after 549 days, and I couldn't be happier. Next up is another awful flip. This is a handmade signed art pottery holiday Christmas tree trinket serving tray. I bought this in September of 2024 for $4.08 because it's amazing. It sold for $8 whole. And the best part was the person, when they did it, they're like, hey, if you accept my offer, make sure you package this well. I don't want it to break because I want to get my $4 back and make that extra 27 cents that I was going to make on this. How dare you? Crushed it. Yep. Now let's get into the things that are better. First is something that I am selling that I know is going to bring down my average profit, but I'm doing it anyway because my family collects cards and things. We opened up some of these Topps Chrome Disney boxes, selling off the ones that we don't really want, to help kind of pay for the ones that we do want to keep. So this was a Jack Sparrow 2025 Topps Chrome Disney Yellow Mini Diamond Refractor card. Nothing into it. It sold for $3.60, and so I made $3 after just 4 days. Next is something I just picked up a couple of weeks ago with the intent of not making a lot of money on it, but I was hopeful that it would sell pretty quickly, and it did. This is a Feliz Navidad Speedy Gonzales Looney Tunes Hallmark Keepsake Christmas Ornament. I did pay $2 for this at an estate sale, like I said, just a few weeks ago. It sold for $9.60, so I made $4.50 after just 6 days. Next is a repeat buyer, Marguerite. Thank you so much for coming back and shopping the store. This is a set of 4 curtain or tablecloth weights. Stones, blue clip-on silver tone. I had $1 into these from an auction where I bought a giant bookshelf full of stuff for like 20-something bucks. And there was some mishmash of extras on there. And this is one of those things I looked at, I'm like, I don't even know what this is. But then the Google machine helped me with that. They sold for $10, and so I made $6.05 after just 15 days. So thank you so much for Marguerite for coming back and shopping the store. Not sure if you're a viewer, but thanks anyway. Next up is a ladies 1X shirt, red, black, plaid, long sleeve, peasant blouse. This was just a style-based pickup because St. John's Bay, not something that I'm going to pick up for the brand, although I did sell like a plaid jumper from them last week, so maybe it's something I need to look at more. I think the Ralph Lauren plaid Christmas is like a thing this year, and so if you don't want to spend a ton of money and get the same look, you're looking for other plaid. So this I paid $1 for at the bins back in July. It sold for $11, and so I made $8.64 after 109 days. Next is a definite art to wear boho brand that if you're not familiar with, take a look at. Didn't sell for a ton of money, but I think there are some pieces that do. This is called the Added Touch Women's Top Brown, size small, lag and look, art to wear, boho were the keywords that I threw in there. I paid $6.08 for this at a regular Goodwill back at the end of October. It sold for $20, and so I made $8.68 after just 19 days. Next item is a vintage corduroy blazer, women's size 11-12, tan camel, flat pockets, academia jacket. $2 into this from an estate sale back in September where I picked up 3 different corduroy blazers. It sold for $15, and so I made $8.71 after 25 days. Next is something that I waffled back and forth on whether to accept this offer or not, and I ended up just going ahead and accepting it, trying to keep the sales moving. This is a pair of Rothy's knit slip-on loafer sneakers, men's size 9, casual comfort shoes, and I put C details. I paid $9.44 for these at a regular Goodwill back at the beginning of October. They sold for $25, and so I made $9.24 in just 43 days. Are you still picking up Rothy's? I still wear them. I love them because I can throw them in the washing machine. For example, the other day I stepped in a puddle of mud in my Rothy's. They've been in the wash and they looked like new. Can't do that with just any pair of shoes, guys. All right, next up is so cute. This is a vintage 1980s Mattel Barbie horse Dallas Palomino tan brown saddle in the original box. It did not have all the accessories though. It was missing a couple of things. I had $2 into this from a massive estate sale back in September. It sold for $20, and so I made $12.66 after 52 days. And I was buying a bunch of things that day, so just throwing in another item for $2 to make $12.66 on was exactly what I was looking for at that point, so happy with that return. Next up is a pair of Fly London shoes. I am pickier with Fly London. These were cute though. These were like a sneaker black platform wedge lace up. They were smaller though. They were a EU size 37. I believe that's a 6.5 in the US. I paid $9.38 for these at a regular Goodwill just a few weeks ago though. they've already sold for $31.20, and so I made $17.18 after 16 days. Super happy with that. Next up is something I sourced off of Whatnot. How about that? This is a vintage round needlepoint pillow flower, chartreuse green velvet back. I think I should have taken off with zipper. I thought I had. I paid $5.73 average cost of goods that day from that streamer. It was On the Hunt with Courtney. If you have not checked out her Whatnot auctions, I've been pretty pleased with what I've gotten. They package it well. I've bought quite a few things from her over the last month or so. It sold almost immediately for $29, and so I made $18.69 in no time. Next item is a pair of Adidas Gazelle Samba blue-green suede sneakers, men's size 10. I had seen these at the Goodwill a couple of times. They were priced at $20. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $20. But then they were still there on a 50% off day. So I snagged them for $10.50. They sold for $44, and so I made $22.53 after 35 days. And then my best sale of this 2-day period, this was a Dansk Jen Quistgaard Iron Triangle Candlestick Holder set of 6 MCM. $6.52 into this from a Goodwill down in Florida when we were on vacation, and I did a little bit of thrifting back in May. It sold for $49, and so I made $35.11 after 169 days. It was a matter of time before that sold, but there weren't a lot listed. I think I saw some sell for a little bit more, but because I've had it for 169 days, I think I had recently dropped the price to $49, and I'm super happy still with a $35 profit. Where'd my profits come from? 67% from the Goodwill, 18% from estate sales, 13% from Whatnot, 2% from home cleanout, and then from other less than 100. So what sold? 49% of clothing, shoes, and accessories. 41% of profits came from household, kitchen, and decor, and then only 11% from the collectibles and toys, which is pretty low for me right now, but you know, it is what it is. All good. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. We are definitely in the throes of the holiday season, and I hope you are having the best one ever, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bye.